Hello everyone, and I'm very happy to have with me here today Dr. Samman Verma. He's a proud Damsonian and he's achieved great ranks, right? Rank 7 May AIMS 2017 and rank 10 May PGI 2017 postgraduate entrance exams. Wow, Samman, that's like one awesome performance.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Wonderful. So how do you feel?
I feel amazing, and at the same time I feel thankful to God, to my parents, my brother, and to everyone who has helped me, my friends and everyone, my teachers.
That's great.
And it's an amazing feeling.
Wonderful. Absolutely. That's so nice. The feeling of gratitude is very important, right? It takes you places. So wonderful, wonderful. And Samman has been a foundation student with us, and he's followed it up with the test series as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, Samman? So Samman, since you've attended the classes, tell us what is the role of the, or do you think the classes were nice or were important for your preparation, and did they guide you well?
The classes were definitely nice when I attended them in the third year. Arvind sirs, Rajiv sirs, and of course yours formed the basis for my medicine, surgery and gynae. Right. And during internship specifically, when I could not read Harrison, I could not read Bailey's. I had to read it in a concise form.
So something that people want to know as well, because it's often difficult to read the standard books.
In internship, you should not pick up textbooks. That is my general ideology.
Okay.
Because the notes are in themselves so sufficient, so concise.
Right.
Especially for those large subjects. Medicine, you cannot read everything. You read the notes, everything will be done, mostly. And surgery, I almost exclusively read sir's notes and yours too.
Okay,
so
that's great.
And for other subjects as well. So it has been wonderful, and in limiting my preparation and telling me what to limit it to.
Wonderful. That's very nice. And Samman, also tell us, what was your strategy during your internship time when you were preparing? Because those are like stressful times and it is difficult. You have limited time to study. I'm sure a lot of students otherwise as well who are currently interns, and sometimes they lose hope that, oh, we can't do it. So I think your advice for them would be great, and how you did it and how maybe they can as well plan things up for their 1 year when they're preparing for their exams.
The general belief is that you cannot do it during your internship, which I find it to be wrong.
Wonderful.
In MAMC, your internship is very heavy. You have a lot of duties, 24 hours, which I'm sure are there in other places as well. MAMC is heavy though. But the thing is, if you want to study, you can study. If you already give up from the first day or halfway through, then you won't be able to make it.
Right.
So believe in yourself. Take a break whenever you need it. Go out, party, have fun, whatever, when you want to.
Very nice.
But you should be consistently studying, not daily, not 24 hours, not whenever you get your time.
Right.
But when you do, you study. And when you want to take a break, you take a break. And that's
so I think that helps to keep the mental balance as well, because mental health is also very important if you want to perform well in the exams. Right, so that is very nice. And could you help our students to tell how they should, give time to maybe some major subjects or minor subjects, and how to plan up their curriculum?
Yes, the strategy should be more to focus on the minor subjects. No matter how much medicine you will study, you cannot get 100% in medicine. On the contrary, if you study shorter subjects, anesthesia, radio, psyche, and ENT, ophtha, so you can get a very high percentage in those marks. A question is a question. So if you get a question right in one subject or the other, you put in more effort into the short subjects, and it will be more productive later on. Medicine, you do some things as much as you can do, but don't run after medicine or other subjects.
He's very right. So he's saying divide time for all subjects, because all of them are being currently asked in the exams, and you never know which subject might be asked more in the exams. Wonderful. And Samman, can you tell us that you said you gave a lot of grant tests as well. So is it useful to give the grant test, and what important role do questions play in your preparation?
The grant tests are very useful. While giving my NEET, it was like I was giving another DAMS grant test only.
Okay.
The questions are very similar. Some questions are directly same, which I don't think have been asked anywhere, but they are asked in the GT on the DAMS test. And even in the AIMS exams, November more than May. In the November exam, it was again, there were a lot of questions directly from the notes, directly from the grant test, and so if I prepared for them, I was prepared in that.
Wonderful. That's nice, and I think it helps you to gauge as well where you stand.
Yes, definitely.
That's great. And Samman, do you think the Facebook exclusive club that we run is useful?
It's very useful. I used to ask my doubts whenever I could not find them in my notes, or someone else had already asked those doubts. So controversial questions which were in the books could easily be answered by the faculty members, and not just your doubts, the updates they were given by, for instance, Diksha ma'am, Arvind sir, and yourself regarding various stuff. So it was very important and helpful.
So it keeps you updated as well as
Yes.
solves your
Yes.
queries as well.
Yes.
That's great. Okay, Saman, I think all this, since we have another mid-year exam coming up,
Yes.
JIPMER is coming up,
Yes.
and DNB is coming up. A lot of people want to know what they should do a month before the exam. So what do you suggest should be a good thing to practice?
A month before the exams, it should only be revision. Do not pick up any new subjects. Do not pick up any topics except maybe one or two if you're weak and you have to revise them. But pick up your notes, revise them again and again.
Okay.
Focus on the 70 or 80% that the notes will give you.
Wonderful.
The other 20% no one can do them anyway.
Right.
So if you do that thoroughly, it will be much more better than attempting more questions or attempting more books.
That's nice. Okay, wonderful. And Saman, also I would want to know that did you attend the visual sessions?
I could not because
Okay.
of the internship, but I really missed out on it, which I could see. There were 2 or 3 questions, which, for instance, the Bakri balloon one
Yeah.
in November, which hasn't been mentioned anywhere else,
Right.
but it was given in the DVT by
Yes.
you. And a couple of more questions.
Okay.
And sutures by Rohan Khandelwal, so they're very comprehensive.
Right.
I got the notes from a friend for that.
Okay.
So, and they were very useful.
Right. And might be we have some, again, junior students as well, people like you who probably are in their third or fourth sems. And do you think starting early gives you an advantage?
Starting early, yes. Yeah, you should read your theory very well. That is the first and foremost thing. In the 4 years of MBBS, focus more on your theory. Do your MCQs, do the DAMS notes in the foundation or whenever you're joining them.
Yes.
But unless your theory is well, there's no point in doing the MCQs.
Right.
Second year, especially when you have Robbins, you have Pharma, whatever books you follow, that is the basis for your final year. So unless you've done those textbooks very well, there's no point in doing the theory, doing MCQs before doing that. So that was the main.
Great. And since you've done very well in both the exams, AIMS as well as PGI, do you want to specify something that people should cater to, especially for PGI or especially for AIMS?
Yes. AIMS and PGI both have their specific topics which they're fond of asking. AIMS, for instance, in anatomy, asks a lot of head and neck and neuro. And in surgery, AIMS asks a lot of general surgery, trauma, burns, sutures and all that. PGI asks specific questions. PGI in surgery asks more of GI, GU and the core surgery, not the general surgery. And
So quite
yes,
contrasting.
there's a
thing.
contrast,
Yeah.
but an ideal preparation should include both.
Everything.
Yes.
That's right. So then then what happens is that the pattern of the exam no longer makes a difference.
Yes.
So yes, I think the first advice that he gave, that you have to be very theory intensive,
Yes.
is very important, and then you can go and crack any exam as he has done, right? So he's managed to bag rank 7 in May AIMS and rank 10 in May PGI, which are like wonderful single digit ranks, and I think a lot of hard work has gone into it.
Definitely, ma'am.
Right. Okay, wonderful. And Saman, something special that you want to say to your juniors, anything that
okay.
you feel would make a difference in their preparation?
It's a struggle. It's a struggle for everyone. Even me, even the rank 1 I know is a good friend. Rank 1 to 10, I know most of them as in they're good friends. Everyone has struggled through it. Everyone
Right.
has been at the phase where they stop believing or they were like, ab nahi hoga mere se. You
Right.
still have to put yourself through it. Take a break, do whatever you want to get yourself back into the zone again. But believe in yourself. If we can do it and all of us can do it, then you can do it as well. So that is the
Wonderful.
main thing.
Wonderful. So I think he's quite nicely summarized on what you should say on, stick to. It is persistence, it is notes, it is revisions, right? And do not prepare for any pattern, but prepare for your theory, right? That's a wonderful advice. Keep testing yourself. That's
Yes,
what he said.
definitely.
Give a lot of tests and keep
Yes.
testing where you stand. Wonderful. Thank you so much,
you,
Saman,
ma'am.
for being with us today.
My
It was
pleasure,
a
ma'am.
pleasure having you. From everybody here at DAMS, we wish you a very bright future
Thank you,
ahead.
ma'am.
And may you have even more success
Thank
in
you, ma'am.
future. Thank you so much.
you.
God bless.